Several European countries continue to battle with wildfires as they face sweltering temperatures and dry landscapes, leading to the evacuation of thousands. In France's Landes region, 100 more residents and holidaymakers were forced to evacuate around the town of Luglon after a forest fire reignited early Saturday, according to authorities. In Germany's Eifel region, a major fire has caused at least 1,800 people to evacuate from the town of Hertgenwald, where some 1,400 firefighters battled the blaze. Meanwhile, a major forest fire broke out on Friday on the Croatian island of Dugi Otok, where more than 100 firefighters are battling the flames, which are threatening many homes. In Spain, firefighters and emergency military unit members battled to contain a devastating wildfire overnight into Saturday in Spain's Huesca region. Thousands of hectares have already been destroyed and hundreds of people have been forced to evacuate as the fire threatened populated areas and two historic monasteries. The European Union pushed back at renewed trade pressure from the United States on Friday, who urged the EU to weaken its major Green Deal business rules. Washington's EU ambassador Andrew Pudster urged the EU to change two major environmental and human rights laws to match last year's EU-US trade deal. In a post on X, Pudster wrote that the US would take any action necessary if the EU does not address rules it sees as unfair to US businesses. The EU laws cited by Pudster require large companies operating in the EU, including US firms, to report on their environmental and social impacts, including working conditions in their supply chains. In response, a European Commission spokesperson said the EU was very clear on the fact that its rules and right to set its own regulations are not up for negotiation. The EU has already dialed back the scope of both laws under pressure from businesses both inside and outside the bloc. Tehran has hit back at claims by US President Donald Trump that he would declare the Strait of Hormuz as US territory, asserting that the waterway would remain Iranian. Trump made the comment while speaking at a rally in New York. It was unclear how serious his statement was, and US administration officials later briefed US media that he was joking.
And after we finish defeating Iran, which is being very badly defeated, pretty soon I'll be declaring the Hormuz Strait a territory of the United States. Essentially, that's what it is. We have the blockade. No ships get through unless we want them to.
In response, Iran's Deputy Foreign Minister Kazem Garibabadi said that the Strait of Hormuz has been Iranian, is Iranian, and will remain Iranian. Referring to whether the US or Iran are in charge of the strait, he claimed the waterway would only be closed and opened under Iran's command. Along with Iran's nuclear program, the strait has been one of the key sticking points in intermittent talks between Washington and Tehran.
Italian police recovered paintings by Renoir, Cézanne and Matisse worth almost €9 million that had been stolen from an Italian museum in March. The paintings were taken by thieves from the Villa of the Magnani Rocca Foundation near Parma in northern Italy. The heist had lasted under 3 minutes. Police said the investigation centered around a gang of 9 Moldovan suspects. 5 are accused of carrying out the theft. Video footage released by police showed 2 thieves wearing headlamps and with their faces covered entering the villa by breaking through a window. They headed straight into a room where the 3 paintings hung and took them off the wall before heading back to the window and passing them through to an accomplice waiting outside.